One of my favorite new lure in my new range of baits for 2021 is definitely this guy. The name? The WormStick. Comes in 5.5 inch long. The WormStick comes in a bag of 5. You can rig them the way you want with many type of hook, and you can rig them in very many new ways that you've never been able to rig over baits. So that worm is proposed alone. We sell separately that mushroom jig head with my original design inverse curve hook. We also sell a kit that have that white belly hook plus a set of 3 different weights that you can embed it inside of your soft plastic worm, because with the holes and slot it helps to position your hook and your weight perfectly and holds very well. So you can rig that WormStick basically on a Texas rigging style, and as you can see, what's unique is our patent, where we have those keepers that are very long, and the holes in the worm are made so those keepers goes and stay in the right place. Now, I don't need to show you this as a Texas rig, because you know every worm can be rigged like that. Now what I want to show you is a few things right here. So first, if you're gonna use that or mushroom jig head, not only you can use it right there, you can pose on the bottom, the soft tough material floats. The fact the tail is a bit bigger than this area give an extra teeny bit of action when you very gently shake the rod tip. You know, Ned rig type, it's perfect. You can swim it, it's very positioned very horizontally, and thanks to my inverse curve hook, you lose much less bass than regular hooks, and really that's no BS, I promise you. Now, that's a very common way to rig it. What about that? Well, we have different holes along the way on the WormStick. So you can position your hook, and as we have the keepers here, you can position the worm in between those 2 keepers like that. Now, it works like that on the bottom. It deflects very well. When you have small branches, rocks, you bring it back, you have a lot of lifelike motion from the body, and in fact deflect very well, very little snaggy, very good if you fish on the bottom like that. Of course, that's a worm. You can use a wide gap weighted hook in the front. You know, you can twitch it, you can jerk it, you can do a lot of things, and pausing it, it's gonna land and stay like that on the bottom. But if you want to fish on the bottom, well, what about that? That's one of those very unique ways that only WormStick allows you. What about if you fish on the bed for the bass, and you know that on the bed, most of the time when that big female grabbed the worm, she barely grabbed the tail of your soft plastic and pull it away and spit it out of the bed. Well, here, because we have holes and slot, you simply pass your leader, you tie a treble or a single hook, but really I love to use a treble hook on the bed, really. So my leader goes out from the hole right here, and in one of those holes I use one of the smaller weight. That one is the mushroom 3-gram weight. What happened? Well, in the water, the weights land on the bottom, but the front part of the worm lifts the treble hook. So that's exactly the position on the bottom, and every time you gently shake it, just the end have that very nice shaky movement. And when that big bass is gonna swallow, or not swallow, just gently bite the end of your WormStick, it's most likely gonna grab that very end, and with even the smallest of the bite, you can hook that fish properly. Another great way is to use your mushroom weight, in that case the 1/4, go in one of those holes, the one that's the most advanced here. Those worms, mushroom weights are hollow, so you can pass your leader through, then you can tie a single or treble hook, and now you have a fantastic wacky rig action. If you want to fish deeper for spotted bass, small bass, walleye, lake trout, that's a very efficient way, and you basically never lose your worm. It stays on the weight like that. Another of the very good option is to use, you know, here we go, a jig like that, work on the bottom, and really that WormStick can do an incredible range of things. What you're used to do with regular soft plastic worms and many new other rigs. So the WormStick, that's really one of my favorites for 2021. I already got a lot of bass and some big ones using this guy. So think about it, the WormStick.